guys, my name is Lauren and you're watching Quarters Reporter. Today is my very first video ever and I'm going to be filming a little sports Q&A. I asked my Instagram to ask me some questions that were sports related so that you guys can learn more about my sports opinion, my favorite teams, how I got into sports, and just everything like that. So let's just go ahead and get started. This is literally like my 100th time recording this, y'all. Like, please bear with me. But yeah, so I'm gonna read the questions off of my phone, so let's just get started. So the very first question is, how did I get into sports? So if you know me, you would think I am the last person to actually be into sports. Like, a lot of people will be like, oh, you're probably in it for the dudes, like, oh, you probably think he's cute, like all this stuff, because I am the girliest girl ever. But no people, I really do enjoy watching sports, following sports, being involved in the sports world. I got into sports really because of my family. We always went to games when I was younger. We used to go to Hawks games all the time. We used to go to Thrashers games. We've been to a couple Braves games. Unfortunately, I've never been to a Falcons game. Please spare me. I know, how am I a Falcons fan and I've never been to a Falcons game? But trust me, next season I will for sure be at a Falcons game. I always went to games with my family growing up, and then as I got older and I was able to, I really just started, you know, following sports, getting more into sports, watching more sports shows, and then that's when I realized I wanted to be a sports broadcaster, because I always wanted to like be on TV. And then I knew I really liked sports, so I really just combined the two together, and the perfect career, a sports broadcaster. Like, I get to be cute on TV, and then I also get to talk about what I love, sports. Like, it's perfect. Okay, so next person asked me what are my favorite sports. So my favorite sports are basketball, football, lacrosse, and cheerleading. I don't care what nobody says, cheerleading is definitely a sport. Like, I love cheerleading / dance. Like, I used to grow up wanting to be like an all-star cheerleader so bad. I literally cheered for like 1 year. We don't talk about that. Lacrosse, I played lacrosse for 3 years. I absolutely love lacrosse. I cannot wait to have a daughter to force her to start playing lacrosse the moment she comes out the womb. And then basketball and football, I just love. I've never played either sport, but I just love the two. I just love watching them and going to sports games with them. So yeah, the next question kind of follows in with the last question. What are my favorite sports teams? So my favorite sports teams is any Atlanta team. I don't care who it is. If they in Atlanta, I like them. The Hawks, the Falcons. Peep the shirt. Peep the shirt. I got that on. You know, we got Trey, John, Lou, and Kevin Vaughn up here. Yes, so yeah, I'm a really big Hawks fan. Like, that's probably my #1. Right behind is the Falcons, but Hawks are for sure #1. Like, I even work at the stadium. Like, it's gone too far. But yeah, so my favorite sports team is any Atlanta team. Simple as that. Next question is, how did I become a Hawks fan? So like I just said, I'm a huge Hawks fan. I am their #1 fan. They are my #1 team. And I became a Hawks fan. It's actually kind of a funny story. I know I literally just said that I don't like sports because of the dudes, but you know, Kelly Oubre is Kelly Oubre. And so it was 2015 and I was obsessed with Kelly Oubre in college. And so I told myself, like, if Kelly Oubre gets drafted to the Hawks, I am going to become their biggest fan. And guess who the Hawks drafted in 2015? Kelly Oubre. So I had to live up. I know he was only on the team for like 30 seconds, but I had to live up to what I told myself. After he got drafted, even though he got traded to the Wizards literally 30 seconds later, I started watching the Hawks heavy. That summer, I started watching the Hawks like summer league, and then I just got really into following basketball and like actually following players and knowing things about the team. So yeah, that's how I became a Hawks fan, is all because of Kelly Oubre. So thank you, Kelly Oubre. You technically changed my life. Okay, the next question is, who is my favorite sports player? Who asked me this question is one of my friends, and they put in quotations, easy answer. And yes, this is an easy answer because they're literally on my shirt right now. Trae Young and John Collins are my 2 favorite sports players for sure. They're on the Hawks, my favorite team, and they're both very, very amazing players. So yeah, they're my 2 favorite sports players, even though you only asked for one. They had a package deal with me. Okay, somebody else asked me, y'all are asking me a lot of Tom Brady questions. For me to be a Falcons fan, that is just very disrespectful. Like, I feel some type of way about that. But somebody asked me, is Tom Brady the greatest athlete? Tom Brady is definitely one of the greatest athletes. I mean, you gotta respect the man. It's Tom Brady. No disrespect towards him. Even though he disrespected my team, no disrespect towards him. Okay, somebody asked me, who do I think will win the NBA Finals? So I personally, I know I'm a Hawks fan, but I think the Warriors are gonna win this year. I don't know, we're gonna see if I'm right or not, but for sure I think it's giving Warriors versus, I don't know who's coming out the East. I really have no idea who's coming out the East. I don't even know who's coming out the West. The way these playoffs are looking, it's like basically the super team era is literally coming to an end, and so like all these teams that used to have all these superstars really don't even have many anymore, and they're really like, the superstars are starting to get dispersed out to different teams. So now like it's really an even playing field. So I feel like this playoffs is gonna be super interesting to see who comes out on top. And people are also back from injuries. That's a really big thing this year, because last year, especially during playoff time, it was so many injuries going on. There was so much going on in all the different teams. You know, even Trey was hurt. I'm not gonna say that's why we lost to the Bucks, but I'm gonna say that's why we lost to the Bucks. We should have been playing the Suns, but anyways, yeah. So this year, a lot of people are back playing. A lot of people are back healthy. I think it's gonna be a very interesting playoffs. Somebody asked me if I could be a fan of any team besides the Hawks, who would it be? This is actually an easy answer. I would say for sure the Timberwolves. I don't know why I love the Timberwolves so much, but I do. Well, I mean, they have Anthony Edwards. Like, let's just be honest. They have Anthony Edwards. And I've also always been a really big fan of Cat. Even though he just beat Trae Young in the 3-point contest, I'm still a fan. Somebody asked me if I can interview any sports player, who would it be? So I would have to go with LeBron James, because that would be such a huge opportunity, 1. And then 2, it's LeBron James. Like, that is literally the king. Like, LeBron James is not a real person to me. Like, until I see LeBron James in the flesh, he is not a real person. Somebody asked me, don't I agree that Kevin Durant is the best in the world when healthy? And I would have to disagree. I think Kevin Durant is definitely a top 5 player in the league when healthy. Maybe I would even go with top 3. But to say that he is the best, nah, I can't agree with you on that one. Okay, somebody asked me Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. Like I said, these Tom Brady questions are real. Do y'all want to tussle? But yeah, so I would have to go with Tom Brady, because it's Tom Brady. Like, you don't bet on Tom Brady because it's Tom Brady. Somebody asked me, what did the Hawks need to do in the offseason to become a contender again? So in order for the Hawks to become a contender again, which honestly, I don't even think that they're not contenders right now. I truly believe that they are playoff contenders. I know they have had a pretty rough start to the season, but we're a second half team anyways, so I'm pretty sure at least we'll make it to the play-in tournament, if anything. But I think we're gonna be fine. In order for the Hawks to become a contender again, Travis Schlenk, I hope I'm saying his name right, that's the Hawks GM, is gonna have to make some moves this summer. I know I really trust in him with the draft, because he's always made amazing draft picks. Like, let's just talk about, I need to make a whole video on Travis Schlenk, because that is an amazing man. He has really made some really great draft picks. Like, drafting John Collins at 17, John Collins should never have went 17, but drafting him and knowing like the potential that he holds, that man's mind is different. Or even like how he got Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter in the same year. That is a good man right there. Even though we got a little bit of beef because he didn't make any moves this year with the trades besides trading Cam Reddish, but you know, I put my hope in him. I know he's gonna do some amazing things this summer, at least I hope. We definitely need to pick up another superstar. That's honestly, in my opinion, what the Hawks are missing. We're missing a star that'll really, because each team that's like a top tier team in the league right now, honestly, they all have at least 2 superstars. And even though I love John Collins with all my heart, he is not a superstar. He's a star, but he's not a superstar just yet. You know, his time is coming, but he's just not a superstar just yet. So yeah, the Hawks honestly need another superstar, a veteran superstar, and then we will be good. The last question comes from my favorite person in the world. They asked me who is my favorite college linebacker. Of course, you're my favorite college linebacker. Tyson Miguez from Georgia Tech, you are my favorite college linebacker, okay? Leave a comment down below of your favorite sports team because I definitely want to know who y'all are rocking with. Thank you guys for supporting me in my very first video. I'm going to a Hawks game tonight, y'all, so the next video is going to be a Hawks game vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye. If you're a Libra, I love you.